Well, the dream of going into the Ohio State game undefeated is gone. Michigan loses 37-33 to Michigan State. I don't know if I'm mad, if I'm upset, depressed. I was gonna jump out of an office window when J.J. McCarthy fumbled 2 times. Not trying to be, make light of that situation or anything like that, or I'm just kind of bummed, folks. I don't know what happened. I thought this game was in the bag. Michigan was up 30-14, a 16-point lead midway through the third quarter. And alas, they lose 37-33. Look, there is no words I can have to describe this game, this loss. I thought it was an instant classic. I thought that Michigan came with a pretty dang good game plan and controlled the game for almost the entire thing outside of just spurts of the fourth quarter. So I'm dejected. I am going to go home and drink a lot of alcohol, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know. Whatever you want to do, I encourage you to do too if that's your sort of thing. Take the pain away somehow, but go down in the comments. Let's just get the comment section flowing. We've got a whole show scripted out for you, but maybe I'm just going to rant and ramble here today. Who the hell knows? But give me your one-word reaction to the 37-33 loss to Michigan State. Here in a game, that's the first time these two teams were, top 10 since, 64, I think is what we said before the game. I'm just going to say depressing. That's my answer here. I don't know what else to say for that one, but go down in the comments and let me know your one-word reaction to Michigan's 37-33 loss to Michigan State, who, by the way, you might think I'm crazy here. This Michigan State team might be ranked number 2 or number 3 in the college football playoff when it comes out on Monday. Historically, the CFP doesn't, follow just the AP poll. They penalize people who lose early in these first ones, and they definitely reward teams like Michigan State now who have big-time wins. I mean, Michigan State has one of the better wins in the country, probably the best win of any top 10 team outside of, I guess you could say, Oregon. If they're a top 10 team, they have a better win than Michigan State. But, Michigan State is undefeated. Let's go through my 5 instant reactions here. I guess we got to do it. We got to have some sort of semblance of a show here. As I said at the top of the show, I'm bummed, but I'm not mad. Okay, I thought the team played well. They had really good calls. They played well. They showed out. They came with a lot of heart. But there were some questionable things that happened. They fell apart in the fourth quarter, right? That's all that happens. J.J. McCarthy, right? I've been calling for him to get more snaps. And people say, well, you got what you wanted, Yoder. That's fine. But anyway, I'm not a football coach, okay? I get to analyze, I get to sit here on a Saturday and talk to you and talk about this. And putting J.J. McCarthy in the game in the fourth quarter in the red zone maybe felt good. But it felt a little bit like the Nebraska game. Remember the Nebraska game where Michigan was trying to take the lead and they put McCarthy in a read option and he kind of, didn't make the right read and ran the ball and lost 5, 6, 7 yards? That's what it felt like when he fumbled and went out of bounds at the 20-yard line on Michigan's, I guess, third to last possession, but where they were still up with a chance to go up by, double digits, whatever it was. And then the next possession, Michigan gives the ball back to McCarthy, and he fumbles, and he does lose it. And with that, the Wolverines blow a 16-point second-half lead. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very superstitious, right? So I'm going to call some people out. Danny Smith from Grand Ledge, Michigan, Billy Mumfries from Allen Park, and Tim, Orion from Detroit. Didn't like the video, so I'm blaming you guys. A little karma action if you saw early in the video. Like the video, get the win. Some people didn't like the video. Nevertheless, number 2, Cade McNamara had a heck of a game. He's good and he's bad. Michigan is not a team that can score in the red zone against good defenses, against good teams with Cade McNamara quarterback. You saw J.J. McCarthy had to come in and score a touchdown with Cade at quarterback, and that's probably why they had McCarthy in there towards the end of the game in certain situations. He had a good game. Look at the stats in the first half, right? Got off to a really good start. 70% completion percentage in the first half, 232 yards in the first half. I was really impressed with what we saw from him. They weren't asking him to do a ton. He had that one big play to Andrel Anthony, the 93-yarder right off the bat, but had a pretty good first half. For the game, 28 of 44, 383 yards. I think no one said this yet. Again, we're doing the show right after the game, so if you've heard this stat, saw it on Twitter, whatever, I think it's only 1 yard off Shea Patterson's all-time record for Michigan against Michigan State. I think Shea had 384 2 years ago, but Cade McNamara had the opportunity 2 different times to bring this team back to a win. 2 drives there at the end. Michigan State went up on Kenneth Walker's 5th touchdown pass, which we'll talk about him in a second. And Michigan had two chances, right? 2 chances to go. They lost every single replay in this game. Like, I'm just like looking at the things we're talking about, my talking points here, and like this one's just getting me frustrated because I think it was 5 replays. Maybe there was a 6th one towards the end that I forgot to count, but every single one went against Michigan. And I think there were at least a couple. How about the Aiden Hutchinson touchdown towards the end of the first half? That could have been the difference in the ball game. And it's very, very rare you see that many. There's so many play stoppages in this game for instant replay. It's very rare that you see one team get every single play. So grade the refs down in the comments. Give me an A, B, C, D, or F for the refs. If you put anything other than an F minus, I'm not blaming the refs on the game. I'm not a blame the ref kind of guy. Michigan had every opportunity to win this game, and they didn't. But the refs did not help. There were several calls where, how about that? Oh, gosh, that Aiden Hutchinson thing is still irritating to me. Nevertheless, there's a Michigan State reception off the ground, all kinds of things that, even with review, the announcers of the game were saying at least 2 or 3 of those. Like, that's a really bad call, even with replay. Nevertheless, if you guys like the show, if you like what I do, I'm kind of dejected, kind of bummed today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It'll get my spirits up. Hell, it'll get your spirits up because you'll have someone who's right there with you, a friend on the internet. That's James Yoder bringing it to you guys. My misery is yours. Now, if you're a Michigan State fan, you can go F yourself, kiss my A. I'm not going to swear today, Sam, because I heard kids are going to watch this one. It's Saturday afternoon. But if you're a Michigan fan, please subscribe to the channel, 100% free. And we are coming up on Michigan Podcast, but 100 or so subscribers away from being the #1 most subscribed to YouTube channel for Michigan football news and rumors. How about Andrel Anthony, though, right? Let's talk about a couple positives here. Let's not be negative Nancy's. Let's not smack ourselves around. Michigan still controls their own destiny for whatever the hell that's worth in the Big Ten, in the college football playoff, probably. I don't know. Right? They could still win the Big Ten, so with that. But this young man, true freshman, came to play. He is from East Lansing. He is a true freshman. People talked about a lot of him in spring ball and then in the fall, but he hasn't done anything this year. He had no catches coming into this game. 6 catches, folks, for 155 yards, 2 touchdowns, both in the first half. One from J.J. McCarthy, just a beautiful throw by McCarthy, a beautiful catch, with a guy all over him in the first half. And then, that first drive, he had a 93-yard touchdown, the longest touchdown in the history of this rivalry. And it's good to see because Michigan has not developed wide receivers for the last few years, and they're devoid of wide receiver, true game-breaking wide receiver talent so far this year. Also, towards the end of the game, it was the second to last drive, he had a beautiful catch on the sideline, 2 inches. That's the difference in this game. It was like 2 inches. His toe went out of bounds, but he caught the ball in, traffic, guy all over him, over top of a defender, right at the sideline. And maybe he's a sophomore. Maybe he's a junior. He makes that catch, gets Michigan a big win. Now, the Michigan running backs did nearly nothing today, right? So I think this puts to bed the whole, Kenneth Walker is only good because he gets all the carries and Michigan's running backs, split carries. They would be better than him, yada, yada, yada. Right? Kenneth Walker proved why he is probably the best running back in the country this year. Blake Corum, Hassan Haskins, neither one of them did much of anything. No touchdowns combined. Just over 100 yards, was at 106 yards combined. Now, we got a lot to talk about with this program, so I'm going to have a show for you tomorrow morning. I'll come back in. It's the Michigan Football Overreaction Show and talk more about this 37-33 loss to Michigan State. Another player emerged. Let's stay positive for a second. How about Erick All? 10 catches for 98 yards for Erick All, Michigan starting tight end out of the state of Ohio. I was critical on All last year. I'm not going to lie. I'm not even going to beat around the bush on that. He had a lot of drops. He didn't think it looked like he was tuned in and really all about this Michigan football program, but he came to play today. 10 catches for 98 yards. I'm going to look up his stats for the year really quick. I forgot what he had coming to this game, but 5, 2, 3, so there's 10 right there. He had 16 catches coming to this game. So 16 catches all year for Erick All, and now he has 26 catches on the season when he gets 10 today versus Michigan State. So I'm going to consider that a positive, right? I won't sit there and only focus on negative today. I'm going to hope it and go away. It was like, look, Michigan may have found their offensive identity. Cade McNamara, the guy who we all said couldn't throw for any passes, throws for almost 400 yards, and then Michigan wildly outgains Michigan State on offense. They control the game for most of the part, and they had a new tight end, or not a new tight end, but a new wide receiver and a emerging tight end who step up and show that they can make big-time plays on the road against a top 10 team in a rivalry game, and I think that bodes well for the future. So I've been talking about this all week. BetUS allowed us to do the jersey deal one more time this season. It ends tomorrow. If you want to bet on sports, whatever, I don't give a crap at this point. Go for it if you want to. If you want a free jersey, Put in $100, get $125 deposit bonus. Use that link so they can track you, chatsports.com/GoBlue. It'll track your URL, your accounts, and it'll tag it to the jersey deal. So don't just go type in BetUS. Use the promo code GoBlue. 125% deposit bonus. Let's say you put in 100, you get an extra 125, 200, an extra 250. Plus, get this Michigan football, the Jordan brand jersey. We'll email it to you here from the Chat Sports office, jersey@chatsports.com. So get going, BetUS. You have the instructions right there here in the video. chatsports.com/GoBlue, promo code GoBlue, and then email jersey@chatsports.com to redeem the jersey. We will send it to you, not BetUS, so don't get that confused. Follow the instructions. You're smart. You'll do it. You'll take advantage of this awesome deal heading into the holiday season. How about Kenneth Walker? Holy shnikes. I said I was going to swear, but I want to say a word that starts with S and ends with hit, but he had himself a hell of a game. I mean, first half, he didn't, rock Michigan's world by any means. It felt like he had more yards than he did. Only had 87 yards. I guess that's a lot, but it felt like he had more. 2 touchdowns. But look at his stats for the game, folks. Jeez. Sheesh. Woo. I was going to make noises here for a second. He's hurt. He's hurt so bad, okay? 23 carries, 197. 5 frigging touchdowns for Kenneth Walker. 5 touchdowns. What planet is this? I did my keys to the game. It's like keep him under 100 yards. Okay, if my keys to the game would have been keep him under 4 touchdowns, keep him under 5, limit him to 4 touchdowns, Michigan wins the game. I mean, 5 touchdowns, 200 yards. Look, he's the Heisman frontrunner right now. A Michigan State running back who was like a backup for Wake Forest last year, is now the Heisman frontrunner. No one in the history of college football, it's only been around for, I guess, just 1 year, really, but kind of 3 or 4 years. No one's used the transfer portal like Mel Tucker. You've got the Heisman winner is going to transfer portal from historically, what's Wake Forest? The 9th best program in the ACC, right, Sam? What do you think? Right now they're doing okay, but their backup running back here is now the Heisman frontrunner, and he just ran all over the University of Michigan. And I'm in shambles. What am I going to say? I'm in shambles. All right, number 5. Did Jim Harbaugh get out coached, right? Red zone issues. I guess I kind of thought he had some good coaching with they got the ball back there with a minute left but didn't do anything with it. There's a couple of suspect play calls here and there. But you're up by 16 points. You don't stop either 2-point conversion throughout that game in the second half after Michigan was up 30-14. Michigan State scores a touchdown, they get 2-point conversion, scores another touchdown, gets a 2-point conversion. Michigan was it countered with a field goal, whatever it was. Michigan went up 33-30, and then Michigan State gets their game-winning touchdown to go up 37-33. And look, Michigan had 2 different times. 2 different times they had the ball under 5 minutes left in the game. They didn't get it the first time. Went for it from 4th down inside, what was that, the 30-yard line or so? I'll have to look it up. We're flying by the seat of our pants here. And then they get the punt back, and Cade McNamara throws an interception in desperation time. So Michigan loses. I'm just going to you guys are right with me, right? You're with me. I'm bummed. I'm very bummed. But answer this question here on the screen. Did Jim Harbaugh get out-coached? Type Y for yes. Type N for no. I'm going to say yes, right? I'm not calling for him to be on the hot seat, although some people are right now, but I don't think this was ideal. This isn't an Ohio State team. This is still Michigan State at the end of the day. Michigan's supposed to beat Michigan State, and he didn't. He now falls to 3-4 against the Spartans, 0-2 against Michigan State's head coach, Mel Tucker. And I think you can reasonably say, this kills me to say this, that Michigan State owns the state of Michigan right now when it comes to football. So that is the final word today. I'll put this video out. We'll do an overreaction video today. I've got all kinds of things churning in my mind. So keep your spirits up. Keep your bottles up. You know one of these. Be safe. Don't drive. But go blow off some steam. All right, Michigan loses 37-33. Go Blue.